Yo, welcome back. It is Brian, aka Lobo Malo, back with you guys again. We have had a small hiatus. There's been a lot going on in the world, personally, all over. And we're backed up on quite a few videos. But today, we're going to kick the first one off this weekend. Had a pretty hectic, busy weekend, but now we are going to go ahead and get you guys into some thoughts, reviews, all kinds of stuff. Today we're going to be talking about the Eternals. So the trailer dropped for the Eternals. We now see a little bit more about it. We're super excited. And I guess at the end of the day, we're going to go ahead and just walk through some of these characters. I know some of you guys might not know who these guys are at all. So one of the things I wanted to do, as I didn't really dig too deep into the Eternals at all, was start reading the comics. They got a new run with the Eternals that I'm kind of getting into. We've already seen Thanos in that run, and it's pretty exciting stuff. But without further ado, as we have the trailer playing right here, it just kind of go through some of the characters. So we already know who the cast is. We've known for a while. They came out at Comic-Con a while ago. We've seen some teaser trailers. We've seen the long trailer now. But we wanted to just kind of get into a quick conversation around what it would look like. More so what their powers look like, since most of you guys have no clue who these guys are. All right, so Richard Madden is going to be playing Icarus. So you're going to notice a lot of these names might come from history, as the Eternals as a whole have been around for thousands of years. They are immortal. They can't die. They have longevity. They're created by the Celestials, who we'll learn a lot more about now in the MCU. You guys have heard about the Celestials. In Guardians, you've seen it in Nowhere. So you have some type of idea of the massive scale of who the Celestials are. So the Eternals now were created by the Celestials, and they can't die. So, I mean, at some point they can, but they can live forever. So Richard Madden is Icarus. What can we say about Icarus? He has the ability to fly. He can levitate others as well, so he can carry them with him. The one thing that makes him pretty powerful is he can shoot cosmic beams from his eyes. So that's going to be pretty big. They're describing him as all-powerful, so that's going to be a very interesting thing for the dynamics. But clear-cut, the man for the Eternals is Icarus. Next up, we have Salma Hayek is going to be playing a gender-swapped Ajax. So that's a big thing now for this movie. There's a couple characters. Mosquitoes bit me up, y'all. There's a couple characters that have been gender-swapped from male to female, as the Eternals as a whole didn't have that many female characters. So now they're pretty much even. So you have Ajax, who can pretty much do what Icarus can. He has the ability to fly. He can teleport. I should say she now, because Salma Hayek is playing that version of Ajax. Movie's going to come out, November 5th. So that's cool. Not that far to wait. There's not that much waiting time. Next up, you have Angelina Jolie as Athena. So Athena has super strength, super speed. We'll see how involved. I mean, this is probably one of the bigger characters or A-list. This is a star-studded cast. I mean, Richard Madden had a big presence in Game of Thrones. You have Angelina Jolie, Salma Hayek. But not too much to be said about her. Don Lee from Train to Busan. If you haven't watched that movie, make sure you check it out. I think it's on Netflix. Anyways, he's going to play Gilgamesh. So Gilgamesh has gone through he's had many names throughout history. We call him the Forgotten One. So that's basically his eternal name, is the Forgotten One. He's interacted with Hercules. He's gone by multiple names over the years. So it's one of those things where I'm very interested with this character and what they do with him in the movies. Super strength, super durability, stamina, cosmic energy explosions. We'll see what happens with him. Lauren Ridloff is a gender-swapped Makari. So this character is death, so that's going to be huge for representation. But aside from that, speedster. Definitely has a lot going on. In the trailer, you see her running around displaying that speed. But she was known as, or she, I mean, now it's a she. So went as Mercury in Roman times. So very helpful for human beings during the past few hundred years. Kumail Nanjiani as Kingo. So this dude looks completely different in the trailer than what he would look like in the comic books, as far as the way that they're portraying him. In the comics, he spent a lot of time in Japanese culture, learning about the samurai, and basically becoming a samurai. Here, it doesn't. I don't get that feel from him. I think, I don't know. It's gonna be one of those things where he might be one of the few that gets changed more drastically than the rest. But with the Eternals, kind of like with the Guardians, like not that many people were hype into them. They really could do whatever they want, and I'm not sure anyone would truly be angry. I'm not. The comic book following shouldn't be that huge to where anyone would really necessarily be super pissed about it. Leah Mchugh is a gender swapped sprite. So this Eternal cannot age. So she is stuck as a child or as a teenager. And because of this, it's kind of like a trickster. She can transform and look like whatever she really wants to. So she plays a lot of tricks there. Then you have Brian Henry as Phastos. This is a character I'm super excited about. He has superhuman abilities like all of the rest of the cast, or, you know, Eternals. What really intrigues me the most is he's more like an engineer. He can create weapons for them. He can create different things. I kind of relate him a little bit of kind of like what Forge's ability is with the X-Men in terms of where his place resides within that team or that community. I mean, he's still a beast, but he can create weapons. He's an engineer. So that'll be kind of cool. In the trailer, you kind of see him bringing up a ship. So it looks like he might be the main guy that is with all that technology. As you see, some of them have weapons and abilities maybe tied to some technology rather than just abilities for them. And then last but not least, in one of the rare recasts of someone that has done a Marvel movie in the past, you have yourself Gemma Chan. So she's going to be playing Cersei. She's been in the MCU before, but this character specifically loves humans the most. So much so that she's chosen to live amongst them in New York City and kind of become sort of like a socialite. She has a lot of the same abilities. These guys are created by the same people. So, you know, humans, superhuman speed, strength, durability, all that stuff is present. But for Cersei, she has telepathy, telekinesis, and just matter manipulation. So she's a beast. And I don't know where we go from here. I feel like at some point one of these ladies or even one of the dudes is going to betray the rest of the Eternals in the climax of this movie for some reason. I can't get that out of my head, but I'm here for it. November 5th, the movie comes out. We're super excited to watch it. I think the scale of this movie feels a lot huger than some of the other MCU stuff. I don't know how fans will react to it. It feels really, I'm going to say DCU-ish just because of their powers, right? Like they're gods in a sense. They've been identified as gods in the past. And Icarus kind of feels Superman-ish in this trailer when he's fighting the Deviant. So if you don't know, the Eternals are mortal enemies of the Deviants. They're basically very similar in terms of abilities. What changes is their appearance. Immortals look like us. Deviants are more monsterish. So we see a connection here of why they didn't interfere when Thanos was doing what he was doing over the last 10 years, as they weren't allowed to by their creators. But November 5th can't get here soon enough. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I wanted to give you a quick rundown of those characters with the trailer kind of playing in the background so that you can see and start identifying with some of these folks. There's a lot of time left between now and then. Glad to have you guys back. We appreciate it here at Nerd Related. It's me going solo, baby, but we also spun this off to Nerd Related Sports Edition. So if you're a nerd, you love sports, or both of them like me, make sure you check us out at Sports Related as well on Twitter, Facebook, and our podcast. Weekly podcasts for Nerd Related and Nerd Related Sports Editions are up on Spotify, Google, and a lot of your other favorite podcast terms. Thanks for stopping by. Deuces.